Hello everyone. Thank you for joining me today. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to do a little bit of experimenting. This is the stencil of the month for October from Spellbinders, and I really wanted to stencil this cute little snowman on this piece of coffee dyed paper. In my head, it looks cool. In reality, we'll see. I don't know how this is going to look, but this mandala pattern kind of looked like a snowflake to me. And y'all know I love the grungy vintage, so yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. We'll see if this actually works. I don't know. But to start, so I'm just going to get out the first layer. Now this stencil is designed to actually do it on white paper, so then your snowman is white. Makes sense. So this first stencil is just to do the little background edges. So I'm going to do that in cracked pistachio, and then I think I'm going to kind of do my best to go over where the snowman would be in pink, and I think I'm going to do kitsch flamingo. I think that's my plan. We'll see. Like I said, this may be a hot mess, but we'll see. So with the stencil material, I can still see through it enough. So I think I'm going to put it about there so that the snowflake is kind of in the middle of his face, or what the center of what I'm saying is the snowflake is kind of in the center of his face. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. And then since I'm doing like a full sheet, this is just regular old copy paper. So since I'm doing a full sheet, I'm actually going to tape down my paper, and then I'm going to tape the stencil to the paper.
Okay, I found this on the web for stencil paper. Check it out.
No, Siri. Siri apparently wants to join in on the video, y'all. Okay, I'm going to go here, and then I'm going to grab a pencil. And I'm just going to make a few marks here. This will just make it easier for me to line up the other layers. There. Okay. All right, fingers crossed. Let's see how this works. And I learned this trick from Kathy Zilski, but I don't actually clean any of my blending brushes. I just have a set for dye inks and then a set for oxides. I typically only use Distress ink, so it makes it easier. But what I do is I literally just rub the excess ink off on some paper towels, and that's it. I don't actually wash them. If there's ever a situation where like I really want a true color, then I'll just mist the paper towel with a little bit of rubbing alcohol and then clean the brush off that way, but that's as far as I go. As far as my blending brushes are concerned. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to start with a little cracked pistachio for the background. And it's going to go a little bit grungier because we are working on basically brown paper. So everything is going to be a little bit grungier than you think. Or than, I think, because I don't know if y'all ever do this. I may never do it again. We'll see how it looks. And I don't really need to hold my stencil down like I'm doing. It's just habit, I guess. And I'm not bothered if I'm getting around the edges. I'm going to end up cutting this out anyway. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. And then to clean my stencils, I just spray them with rubbing alcohol, wipe them off, and I'm good to go. I'm not a fan of cleaning when I don't have to. Cleaning tools, anyway. I mean, let's be honest, I'm not a real fan of cleaning either, but cleaning tools, I do the least possible. I'm just going to kind of fold up the tape enough to release my stencil. Just because, again, this is very thin coffee paper that is already compromised because it's been soaked in coffee. So I know this tape, even though it's painter's tape, I know it will rip this paper. Okay. There's the first layer. Yeah, I'm going to do the pink, and I'm going to do the Kitsch Flamingo. I gotta grab my... Oy. Grab my warm set of blending brushes here. Clean off the blending brush. Not a whole lot of ink on there. Okay, so I think I'm going to cut it right to the edge so I don't really have to be very careful, but I don't really want to go into my background. Because we all know pink and green makes brown. And even though this is brown paper, I think we have enough brown. Oh yeah, I wish I had a mask. That's okay, we'll just do it. If it goes a little bit brown, it goes a little bit brown. Then I'll just kind of feather it off on the edges, I think. So then this way, kind of looks like Frosty got a sunburn. Okay, and the hat's going to go up in here, so I don't really need to worry about that area. The hat, so it kind of goes this way. And then I'll do black, so it'll cover all that up. This bit's probably going to be a little bit of a warmer black, but that's fine. You know what, I'll just go up in there because the band of the hat too. There we go. Okay. And then the next layer is the cheeks. So I'll line this up on my little marks here. Fold the tape back up. Make sure this is lined up. Okay, good-ish. And for the cheekies and the little hat rim, I'm going to go in with Picked Raspberry. Picked Raspberry is not a color that I use incredibly often, so this ink pad is nice and juicy. There we go. Okay, I see the vision. Y'all see the vision? I see the vision. I'm still not sure if it's the vision I intended, but I see a vision. So then I'm just going to line up the next layer again, and this is for the face and the hat. So this one will be black soot. And this I'm going to do a relatively heavy layer of black soot. I'm okay if we can't see the snowflake design through the black parts. I'd rather it be more of a pure black. And if y'all are interested, I'm happy to do a video on actually how I coffee dyed this paper, so comment below if that's something that you would be interested in. I would be glad to do that. I actually coffee dye the paper in my basement in my soap making area. Those that didn't know, I also make handmade soaps and such, and I sell them on Amazon. The link for my Amazon shop will be down below if you're interested. But yeah, so I'll set up my camera and stuff down there if that's something that you'd be interested in seeing. Okay, I think that looks good. I kind of like it. It's different, but I kind of like it. Okay, so next we have his nose. And I think for this one, I'm gonna do right persimmon. Just because it's more of a reddish orange. And since it's going on pink, I think that will work out okay. Yep, we'll just go with it. Yeah, that's not too bad going over that pink. It doesn't look like mud. Pinky brown. I don't hate it. I really don't. I don't hate it. Don't know what I'm going to do with it as far as a card yet, but I don't hate it. And then last but not least, we have a little shirt collar and then eyebrows and hat decoration. And I have no idea what color I'm going to do for this. Okay, so we want something that's going to work with the pink in the hat. And the pink everywhere else. I'm kind of thinking seedless preserves. Yeah, let's just do it. We're going to go seedless preserves. Why not? We have a sunburnt snowman with purple eyebrows. Oh, goodness. Okay, we're doing it. No turning back now. And you could always do several different colors for this, but I'm going to go for it. And I don't think I'm going to put the little marks in the carrot. I'm going to forget that because I don't think that would look great purple. That's just too much color mixing. Brown paper, pink ink, orange ink, purple ink, all in one. No, no. I don't think that would look good. Okay, final reveal. Let's see how we did. And I promise I didn't go out in my backyard and eat any mushrooms I shouldn't have or something. I'm just apparently in a wackadoodle mood. But hey, sometimes the best things come out of that. Okay, let's see. Ta-da! I don't hate it. Huh. I really don't hate it. But let's cut it out and see. And I'm going to try not to rip this paper just so that I can use the edges for other things. So when you're peeling any type of like painter's tape or something off of fragile paper, if you pull slow and pull it so that it's like completely folded back on itself, you can get away with not ripping the paper a lot of times. Also, if you see how I've like folded it back on itself and I'm just kind of tugging it, I guess, with my finger still on the paper. Anywho, you can also heat it with your heat tool when you're doing this if you need to, and that will loosen up the adhesive. All right. 2 down, 1 to go. This one I'm most worried about because it's right on the edge. No, we did it. Okay, I'm going to cut this out real quick and then figure out what I'm going to do with it. And I'll probably go ahead and make the card and then I'll just come back and show y'all the finished little wackadoodle snowman. Okay, so I decided to just kind of finish it off pretty simply, just matting it on a bit of black and then a bit of sparkle white. And then I just have to put that on a card base and it'll be good to go. No sentiment. I didn't think it needed one and it would kind of take away, I felt, from the cute little snowman. Now, if the coffee dyed paper isn't your jam, I know this is kind of odd. I did same thing, same colors, same everything on just a piece of pearlized paper with the distress inks. So you can still see the pearl through the ink since they're translucent. And then matted it the same way on just a bit of black and then a bit of white. So those are the 2 funky snowman, wonky snowman, crazy snowman with sunburn. Those are my 2 cards for today. Thank you for joining me. I know this is kind of a weird video, but this is how my brain works. Sometimes we go a little wonky around here. But if you enjoyed this video, please do consider subscribing and liking the video. A supply list will be down below in the description box, and I will have an affiliate link to this cute little snowman stencil. And then the dies that I use, these dies are, while I'm thinking about it, I use the Precision Layering A2, B, and A and B sets for those, and these are also from Spellbinders. So those will be linked down below as well. But again, thank you for joining me, and as always, take some time to pamper your inner goddess, and I will see you in the next one.